I started collecting comics when I was 7. Family life was rough. Eventually, my mom and dad got divorced, so time on the weekends was with dad. I remember he gave my brother and I $5 and took us to Infinity Comics in Kearney, New Jersey. It was run by Carlos and Al. They were great guys, man. They walked me and my brother through like everything. What to collect, what was good, what they thought we'd be interested in. It was great. Up to that point, I was a pretty crap student. Wasn't really a great person either. So I had a tendency to get lost in like the stories as an escape from how bad things were. And in 6th grade, my teacher, Miss Weber, bridged the gap between like my love of comics and just general literature, and showed me, that you don't have to be really good at one and be crap at the other. And that kind of turned everything around with grades and just self-discipline. Start to become like, hero that I read about. I owe her for that. Made me want to be a teacher, and I still am because of that. So over the years, I ended up getting into other hobbies that weren't exactly great or healthy. Spent about 8 or 10 years not collecting, and I lost a lot of great stories along the way. I guess Carol, Tony, and I have that in common. Luckily, I saw my way through it, ended up getting back to collecting, which was great because I could play catch up on a ton of stories that I missed. Seminal works and tentpole works, and I was like, oh man, like it's like going into a coma for a couple of years and then being able to watch full seasons and collected trilogies of movies that you wouldn't be able to. People say, ones that you hang up, like, how much is your collection? Do you have, like, really expensive books, and, like, what's that worth? I don't sell stuff. I collect to read and have. I have somewhat monetary value, but, I'm not really aware of what it is. I just know that they're worth something. And I say it in different videos. Sean Hendricks from Fat Moose Comics actually says this to people when they come in to a store and they have stuff and they're like, so what's this worth? And he's always like, I don't know, what's it worth to you? Because he impresses the value of the story and not the actual value of the paper. So the comics I hang up, yeah, like some have value, but that's not why they hang up. I hang them up because they have stories in them that I find value in, without really worrying about the dollar amount attached to it. And since I don't plan on selling, the cost generally means nothing. It never has. now I have this, this Chandlier's basement. I created a comic book room that I think young me would have wanted and would love to hang out in. I created it, I guess, for love and healing, which is dope. It took me a minute, but I got here, and I'm gonna keep going.